So shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is. So I was just thinking to myself, right? And because I'm on this bop of nature real quick. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I just thought about something when I threw that away. I threw away one of my apples. I just thought about that. I had an apple in there. Damn, I just thought about that shit. I literally just thought about that. But one of the things I was thinking about was this. Like I was just thinking about in all the ways how even though everything is coming back to us and all the genocide that's deemed as regular reality is being shut down, which people protected or thought that was a normal way of life, right? I'm realizing like to the degree like really how bad it now that's worse than slavery ever was. You get what I'm saying? And I say it from like so much different angles of me thinking about it. But one of the ways how like I feel how it's like completely worse, right? Is like you really gotta think about it, right? When we was in slavery and stuff, right? A lot of stuff was happening to us, right? But no matter what we was going through when we was in slavery, what was the one main thing that was definite? That was the common denominator while everything was going on with us. What was that main thing, y'all? What would y'all say that main thing was? What would y'all say it was? Well, the main thing that was the same with us when we was going through that was we wasn't divided. You hear what I'm saying? Entirely. Like we still, not only was we not divided, well, we wasn't divided because we still knew who we was. And we still understood how important it was for us to stay together, no matter what we was approached with, no matter what stuff that we had to conquer. We still recognized the power in us staying on one accord, still loving on each other. We realized that, and we didn't stray from it, right? No matter whatever projections came to us, we always recognized that. Now, modern day today, fast forward, not only are we divided, but we're against each other by just being divided alone because we're conquered by it. But then while we're divided, we're also against each other also, which makes it like 10 times worse. So then it's like, and it's even worse. You see what's going on as organic being. You don't just got the complex cell organism at you and trying to make you reactive and trying to provoke you, with any and everything. But then you got your brother or sister that's in competition with you in this system that was designed against both of y'all. You hear what I'm saying? So you got to worry about him. He might try to harm you, or she might try to harm you also. So you got to worry about all of this. You got to worry about the slave catchers. You got to worry about. And then I'm not even talking about the thin line of like, because one thing that's for certain, even though you block it out and you still be a prisoner of war, when you be having these thoughts in the back of your mind, it's like you feel like, why am I even doing this shit at the level I'm aware? Even with knowing how it comes about because y'all divided. You feel me? You still see it for what it is, and you start feeling like, damn, like what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And that makes you want the system to crash even faster because you're able to see it from a different lens than everybody else. Because even when you see it from the lens that you see it from, right? This is something that's certain. It's still like mandatory for you to act like you don't see it for what it is. So almost like all this stuff I'm saying is irrelevant because majority of the masses don't see it for what it is. So you not only do you look like you're talking out your ass, but it doesn't make sense because it's like to some extent you still got to be independent because this is what life is or what everybody thinks life is. So that just that thin line and balancing that out or being aware of what's really real while you're still in this and still being up to par for what this is or how you have to be. That's a certain mental attack in which you have to have as far as like being strong. Like it's a certain mental capacity that you got to have for this to really understand it. That's a lot in itself. A lot of people can't really get that, but like I'm thinking about it though, like I'm just thinking about all the ways, because of course the first thing that should come to anybody's mind is division, right? Like of why people are benefiting off of our division, not just the genocide that happened prior to this foundation being up. You get what I'm saying? Not even just that. So it's like you really, once you see all this shit and you see it as it is, the more you as an organic being see it as it is, you become a threat to everybody because you start seeing like, damn, even the white people that are trying to hide what their species has done, even more than what they know for what their species has done to you. You get what I'm saying? So now it's a whole nother level of it. You feel me? And that energy towards you in a certain manner off of your awareness, and I'm dealing with a lot of this on a daily basis, y'all. I'm dealing with a lot of this shit, but It's like I'm smart as hell. So I always was smart as hell before I was able to notice this. So anybody that's like, anybody that really knew me beforehand, they'll be like, oh, I'm not shocked that he knew it because how he can break it down, because he was always smart. You know, it's like if anybody was to find out what was what and it'd be him, this is what it would look like because of how smart he was prior, you know? Like my ability to, like, sometimes it's not even you're just being smart. Sometimes it's just having having your own mind, right? When you have your own mind, you figure stuff out because you're thinking past what's being told to you or just the way to go about things. So you're almost like obligated damn near how easy it is for you to see really what's what, or exactly how whatever it is that's presented to you, you're going to already be on point, you know? Because it's like you're not just in acceptance. It's not even from not trusting no one or anything like that. You just got to make sure stuff is exact for yourself, and nothing is wrong with that. You know, actually, if someone's questioning you doing so, that's already letting you know that that's someone that you got to be careful of. You got to watch and shit. Because why are you mad about me checking something to make sure it's exact? If whatever you present to me is exactly like that, you get what I'm saying? Y'all see how that add up? You just be catching people without even trying to catch people, just by being thorough, being solid. Like that shit don't win. So you really got to really see everything for what it is. Like just by me, it's so much projections that's come to me. Even me coming in nature right now, right? It was a white lady that when I was on my podcast yet? No, I was recording a video. I'm gonna post it of the sky right now. But she was standing next to me and she like crept up on me. I didn't even see her, but she was standing next to me. She heard everything of what I was saying, right? Everything I was saying about the sky and stuff. It was no bad stuff or anything like that. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. It was no bad stuff or anything like that. Like even that lady, like, y'all hear me? I told her to enjoy her day. She looked at me with the most disgusting face. She's instilling that way of being like to her child, or for when her child sees a black person that looks like me and he's nice, and that black person is nice to him, her child, for him to carry that same energy as she just carried towards me. Like, we don't really even realize how toxic we are and the type of stuff that we're instilling in our children by just our regular way of acting. Like, we don't see how poison it is, you know? Like, it's really bad, y'all. It's really, really bad, you know? And it's even worse to us, this type of shit coming to us, because I'm supposed to be here. She's not even supposed to be here. You get what I'm saying? And I'm being real, you know? So it makes it 10 times worse. If it was the other way around, it might have been different, you know? But how are you disrespecting and blatantly disrespecting the organic people of the planet, you know? Or the people that come from the most organic being on the planet, which is the black woman, you know? Like, how are you disrespecting her creations like that? It's like, it's y'all see just the most minute way of disrespecting an organic person. They go about doing so when they have a chance, you know? There's no respect. So basically what I'm saying, yeah, I'm just thinking about all of this in our division, and I'm just putting it together, and I'm able to see it. Like, what people don't understand is the more they try to project that weird ass fucking energy onto me and shit, like, the more aware I get. The more these motherfuckers got to do shit like this, because I'm one of these motherfuckers that see the shit as it is. So yeah, they got to spray the motherfucking skies like this when I come around and shit. You feel me? Because it's popping like that. They got to double spray and shit. Wherever I go, y'all see that? They parallel and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's one in front too. You feel me? That's what they got to do when I come around and shit, because it's like my energy is too strong. I'm shutting this whole shit down. Everywhere I go, I speak truth, and I speak with this light. I come with this way of being like, and it's not from a way of trying to harm anyone. Or just go, you speeding. You can just go, you good. You can just go. Like how I come to y'all. Like I really don't be playing about this shit. I know the pain that's inflicted on me, and yeah, I'm going about expressing it. So again, a question I want to ask, I'm asking a lot of questions today. Like, do y'all feel that slavery was working today? And if you do, why? With even all the stuff that I just presented to you, or you could say in the comments, you know? And I'm telling y'all, it just doesn't make sense. It's worse now, because in slavery, any period of time that stuff was happening to us, we wasn't divided. We knew who we was. We had a general respect for each other, regardless of anything that came about or what it was that we was doing. No superficial materialistic stuff had us in competition with each other. We knew that each other was the son in the flesh. We didn't care about any attacks in which other people was having towards us. We wasn't like that towards each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying it's worse now than it's ever been. for even why the changes are taking place on the planet now to shift this shit back in reality. Because even when all that wild stuff was happening to us, we still had a respect for each other. We was never against each other, y'all. We didn't get against each other until we started taking on more of the complex cell organisms way of thinking and moving, like to a point that we're even against family and we don't even realize it with just our regular ways of being like and moving like, you know, we took on like their whole ideology completely, ways of acting, eating and everything. We took on all of that shit, y'all. So the damage is so bad. Like, so as we're coming back into our reality and remembering who we are and stuff, like this shit is just so beautiful. I feel like I gotta speak like this when I'm in public because there's so much demons attacking me. I gotta speak like this. I gotta speak like it. Whether I'll be like this, whether I'm on live or not. You know, I'll be looking everybody dead in their face or I'll be looking at the sky, you know? I don't even pay attention about anybody looking at me from the standpoint if I'm the cleanest I am today than yesterday or whatever, because I know my situation. I don't even worry about that shit. I'm trying to do the best that I can for myself, but I understand the stuff that's against me, of regular stuff that I would be doing, how they got money connected to it. And this system I'm in, like I already know how it's all connected. So I don't even give a person like a chance to look down on me involving that as if like I'm not who I am or some shit. You get what I'm saying? I don't be on that type of time. I just be on like a on just a speaking to y'all type of time, you know, and making sure like I bring to y'all what I'm supposed to bring to y'all off of my how much I care, you know. But really, y'all really got to think about everything that I'm saying, and really run this live back, and think about everything that I'm talking to you about. You get what I'm saying? And really run this back because it's a lot of knowledge in here. You know, I don't know. My soul tell me to tell y'all because it's like I really care, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's people that's not even dealing with certain stuff that I'm dealing with, and they have more open time than anything, and they or they're knowledge or they say that they're really knowledgeable in a lot of things, right? But they can't figure all of this out, in which I just broke down to y'all, and I don't know. Maybe I guess I be saying it like it's nothing because it's me, but I did rewire my brain though. You know what I mean? But I don't know how it looks like for another person to be able to retrieve this information or not, even when it's being said to them. If they don't already get it themselves, I don't know. But one thing I do know though is that a lot of people could be on that type of time, just like me. It's a choice. It's free will. You know, how are you mastering your energy, or what are you doing with your energy? Are you using it to help people, or are you using it to break down? You know what I'm saying? Like are you using it to? Is your life for not even just children alone, but your children, or it's not for anybody? You know, this is something that's very, very serious. Like this is something just to show y'all what I'm saying. Like as I'm talking to y'all about all of this, right? And this is just metaphorically, right? What's that right there, right? And this is just metaphorically, right? You know, but it's a reality that's everywhere, right? That's all on our planet. It's so crazy that it's even in ways looking at you that you wouldn't even see. You feel me? Of what's going on. So, like I said, really think about what I'm saying, y'all. And I'm not saying this. I'm not making this video to disrespect anyone or anything like that, or try to make anyone feel little, whether of my genetic makeup, or if you are my genetic makeup and you fit the category of some of the stuff that I'm saying, that either you knew was wrong and was still doing it, or you didn't know was wrong and you see that it's wrong now and you want to stop, right? You know, each one reach one. At the end of the day, we supposed to be, this is a people thing for real. People in general should be, you know what I mean, brushing each other's shoulders for the better, like how they can improve and shit like that. But even more so us, with our story, what we living in, what's against us, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mandatory, you know? That should be like an obligation in your mind to look at that from that standpoint. Like, all right, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna do this. I want to reach this certain amount of people as far as my species from a day standpoint, because I don't know. I know how that can fall back on children. You know what I'm saying? You know, I spoke to 5 mothers today. You know what I'm saying? I know that they all had children. I know that they're going to take heed to what I'm saying by when I was even speaking to them for whatever generation they children, how that's gonna look like. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all from a trickle down standpoint, but something's gonna trickle down regardless, whether it be good or bad, whether it be for your growth or for the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff that's been trickling down, it's been to break down and strip away. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't to like build up or to provide. And what I mean by provide, I'm not talking about 3D shit. I'm talking about stuff like real stuff that's always been in us, that almost as if this stuff is of no importance today. That's the stuff I'm talking about when I say this. So, yeah, y'all, like I said, I just been thinking about it, like, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, I think about this stuff all the time, and that's why the angles come up in which, when I speak about it, because I think about this stuff, because like I told y'all, even the unnatural people that watch my videos, right? Y'all know, I be talking all the time. A lot of this stuff, of course, majority of the stuff I speak about is from our standpoint, how it affects us negatively, on our offspring, how it just needs to stop. Shouldn't have been going on, of course. But a lot of the stuff that I speak about is detrimental for y'all to be connected to, like literally, even of your same species that separated themselves from y'all. Y'all shouldn't be connected to that shit. That system shouldn't be educating y'all children. Y'all should have full growth and development of your child. I was talking about this earlier on I think like 2 lives ago, the same thing, and I was speaking on it briefly. And it was a white man that walked by and he started coughing. But a lot of times when people get offended about what I'm talking about, it's because a lot of times they already know it themselves, or it's their first time hearing it and they can see the truth in it, but it's something that they don't want to face because it's something that's been stripped for them not to see. And whatever that's in that area for them not to see, that they usually are able to see that at that point that they notice, and they're like, damn, and it's like almost like a hit in the chest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're hearing it from me as a random person. They don't know how to take it. So then people start hating me as if like I did something to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I became aware of something that everybody really should be aware of. So like when I'm really saying this to y'all, like I'm trying to stay close to nature as much as possible. I'm drinking water. I'm mad as shit I threw away my apple though. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about that shit as soon as I came in here and started talking to y'all. I said, damn. I said, man, that juicy apple, I'm gonna get another one. But like in my mind, I'm like, man, I was killing the apples last night. I killed like 4 back to back. I killed like 4 apples back to back. Started chugging water and shit. Yeah, I'm on that right now. So I really value y'all. You know what I'm saying? I really hope y'all seeing what I'm saying. You feel me? For real, because everything that what I'm saying, like other stuff that I've been saying, if you take it like I'm just talking just because I'm trying to say it from a standpoint of like just my personal opinions, and like I'm just venting because of how I personally feel or what's going on in my personal life, you're in for a very, very rude awakening, if not already. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very serious, y'all, because so much people, one of the main things that I notice about a lot of people is off of me seeing how obnoxious a lot of people get. I can just read a lot of people's energy. They're aware of a lot of this information, and they're aware of it. That's why a person really is only going to get offended at something that it's a lot, or it's hard for them to understand if they're not trying to understand it. You hear what I'm saying? That's what's going to bring the complication. That's what's going to bring the headache. That's what's going to have them feeling like, damn, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna just get angry at it. Anger is the easiest emotion to tap into. You get what I'm saying? It's so easy to get angry. That's why most people get mad fast. You know what I'm saying? It's the most easiest thing. How you doing today? You got a beautiful smile. Yeah, it's the most easiest thing. So it's like when I tell y'all this, I'm telling y'all this from like a standpoint of like really, really what's what. Now, everybody, all species should have already had non-perishable food, distilled water, you know what I'm saying, saved up, weaponry, mentally prepared. All this should have been done. It's been so much science. And even what I've been going through off of fighting for my child and stuff, like literally it's been so much science to show what's up. That's how the level of cognitive dissonance that it is, because people would see less than of anything else, or something that just looks like whatever it is that they're picturing life to be like, and they'll move off of that from like a preparation standpoint, because they don't want to have a lack of preparation. You get what I'm saying? So why is it with all of this stuff about this system shutting down, the government crashing, money not amounting up to what you know it to be like or what it's to look like in the future for everybody, right? And like, how would anybody see this and not move in a manner, if not even for themselves, but to bring everybody to your awareness standpoint? Why or how could you not want to do that? You get what I'm saying? Only if people been dumbed down so much from a social programming standpoint that they're just trying to go for self, so it makes it easy for them to think like that. You get what I'm saying? Whether they realize it or not, that's what that would mean, y'all. Because I even with what's been done, I doubt it. Even what's been done, I doubt it to say that a lot of people just don't care about people from a general standpoint. I really don't think that. I know a lot of people are in trauma, and I know a lot of people are in competition because of the monetary system. A lot of people, yes, it is a mind state, but a lot of people that go for self and stuff and step on the next person and stuff like that, like, there a lot of times they're already like that to even use that as like a stepping stool, right? But it wouldn't get as worse as it's gotten with certain people, or they would lose that way of thinking and moving, like, if we still wasn't in this system how it is, you know, because they would have no reason for it, you know. So I'm just talking about this just because it's just to pick everybody's brain, just to think about it. Like, what's worse, slavery or right now what we're living in? See, you would only if you would think that we're not in slavery right now is for you just to think about the regular basis, like, oh, I'm not in slavery because I'm around people that's not of my species. I'm not behind bars, so I'm free. You know, I'm able to pick out what fruit I want in the store. So and the fruit that I know that's bad, as long as I don't get that, the rest of this other fruit is good for me. Or it's no other way in which a lot of this fruit has been tampered with that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like people really don't realize what's going on, you know? And it's like, you got to think about it. Like, it's insane for anybody to see this and what's been done, right? And then to think like, okay, this is how the future is going to look. And our kids need to have that same wave of an attacks on them, of all types of forms of attacks. Like, that's crazy, y'all. Children are innocent, and it's like, it's so much set up to your point where it's like, you're not even going to worry about children because you're like, oh, I got to do this or I got to do this, so this doesn't matter. But it's like, no, nothing is more important than children, you know. And that's a reality. And if what I was saying wasn't true, then when people even have babies or people get pregnant, however so they get pregnant, it wouldn't have the type of it wouldn't bring the type of emotional state that it does on both sides, however so, right? So that means you have a baby, you know, at that moment that you have a baby, damn near everything stops for a man. I don't care what your, especially your first one and all of that. But and either or, you either happy as shit because you like, oh damn, I want to make sure I'm the best dad, you on edge. But and you thinking about it even past 3D stuff or what's told for you to go about, but you still thinking of that because a lot of the stuff is connected to that monetary gain wise, and what you're going to need for your child, but still not more important than certain stuff that money can't buy that you're going to need to be there for your child for. You get what I'm saying? They don't tell you that, but it's stuff that's actually more important than the money. But we're just in a monetary system, so they got money on everything. But it's a lot that's way more important than that. So like when I'm breaking all of this down to y'all, I'm saying this because it's like, yeah, it's just I just want y'all to think about it. I got some more angles in which I'm talk about, you know, when I go back in nature and stuff like that. I'm about to go back in nature now. I was just thinking about all of it because it's division, but then you got to think about the levels of the division for how they are, right? Like, if you had somebody controlling everything down to a T about you, how could you ever be your greatest self? You get what I'm saying? How could you ever be your greatest self? You feel me? Majority of families, if it wasn't a monetary system set up, and you're going to see it as it crashes, most people wouldn't raise without something being said to them how to raise their child, which route to go, most people wouldn't wouldn't raise their child the same. And if they did, it would be from a species standpoint, as far as like this species raises their children like this, so everyone individually is raising their offspring somewhat of this manner or in this way of life of moving like or whatever. The same with the same animal, the same species, right? That's how it should be, you know. That's what you're gonna see. Everything is exactly how you're gonna see it in nature. You're gonna see elephants raising they elephant babies up the way elephants raise their babies up. You're gonna see lions raising their cubs up the way they raise cubs up. You're not gonna see a zebra randomly raising a lion, you know, or a hippo randomly raising a horse baby. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna see no shit like that, you know. You're not going to see no other organism infringing their ideology, way of life, in which how they move that's beneficial for them, that's already like aligned in their genetics for that species on another species. Like, you're not going to see that shit. You're not going to see that, y'all. So it's like, this is something that really needs to be understood for what it is. Like, I've been bringing attention to this shit for a while, and it's like, I'm never going to stop bringing attention to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I salute y'all that hurt me and that did what y'all did to me to push me forward. I really salute y'all, because y'all hurt me so bad. Y'all shocked my central nervous system so much that my brain got rewired in itself by just a betrayal, and then me rewiring my brain to a point where it's like, I swear to God, all I really care about is like children and like the betterment of species, what that looks like for all species, and making sure I'm the best for my species and stuff like that. This is like stuff that I care about now, and I care about vibration and frequency. I care about eating right. I'm paying attention to this stuff more. Like, this is the stuff that I care about. I care about bringing truth to everybody. I want to give y'all know how they say Jesus will come to you before you die, right? Like, in a way, like, I carry on that. Like I make sure, like, I bring the truth to everybody about what's going on as this shit crashes. So, in a form of me, if not anybody else, no one can say that they wasn't made aware of really what was going on. You get what I'm saying? So that's even why, so around even my work and everything, and me fighting for my child and stuff, I still get on here in between time, or however much so, to bring positivity, y'all, because I care. You get what I'm saying? That's really where it's coming from, Like, hold up real quick, y'all. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, like I was saying, just out of respect, when I talk to people, in general, whatever I talk to them about, I don't just be putting them on without them being aware if I'm on my podcast out of respect for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. You know, I'd be like, bro, you could at least told me you was on your podcast or something, or I'm being recorded. Like, I have respect for people and shit. I don't do that type of shit. So, but like I was saying, yeah, y'all, it's real right now. It's very, very real. I gotta get these peanuts. I'm gonna get them on my way back. I get my same bag of peanuts. I get these bag of peanuts for like $5. I'm about to put y'all on. It's called Harper's something. I feel it's like Harper's Family. I don't know why I want to say Harper's Choice, like Maryland or some shit. But like, nah, it's called something like that. But it's like a green. It got like a green. It's like a pretty good portion, but size bag, and it got like a green and yellow like right in. I think it's like in like cursive or some shit. But that's like the same peanuts that I be getting and shit. And I be eating my peanuts, you know. But one of the things I noticed also, y'all let me know in the comments or just in any of my videos. I know y'all been seeing the helicopters more. I see the helicopters so often. It's like this now. There's one coming right up on me now, right? And it's like that. They going crazy. They going crazy with the helicopters. You know? They going crazy with the helicopters. Peace, power, abundance to you. And that kid's energy is so pure. That kid's energy was so beautiful. Kid was just chilling. Latino kid, man. He made me think about Zion. Made me think about my son. Shit is just crazy, y'all. But we in this hell. I know I'm in hell. So I'm gonna speak my way through this shit. Oh, y'all know how I was telling y'all about my apple I lost? I actually still got my apple. I thought that what do you call it? I thought that I threw it away, but I still got my apple. Oh shit. That lets me know I wasn't trying to lose no apples. The fact that I got another one, that's what it lets me know. But y'all, tell me not everything what I was saying is the truth though. Right? People can't tell me shit, man. Our justice right now. We getting closer and closer. Y'all hold up. I'm gonna tell y'all one more time. Look how they spraying these skies, man. Look at this shit. And look, I don't know if the sun look like that where y'all at, but like I said, that sun is white, baby. Blue Kachina. The sun is popping. Look, they spraying the skies because it's like, look, anybody with animal DNA. You know what I'm saying? They spraying for y'all as much as they can until that ozone layer is all the way gone. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do what they can. Y'all see this one right there too. And let me tell y'all, right? That's a plane. This is a plane. That's a plane. You know what I'm saying? That's a plane. That shit right there. Oh yeah, nah, that's something different, homie. That's something different. So it let you know. They let you know. They try and go crazy because they know this shit's almost over. Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to live off of me and abuse me that much longer. That shit is going out the window. I'm just counting down the days. I know that this shit is right around the corner. You know how I know? And y'all think about it, right? Time isn't real, right? But how much time is in a year? What do they say? 365 days, right? Y'all know how fast a year goes by, right? And as you get older, how fast your years go by. They go by even faster, right? So let me ask y'all, but I already know the answer, but let me just ask y'all this stuff. How much was they spraying the skies last summer or 2 or 3 summers ago, or even last summer? And how much are they spraying the skies now? What all the instruments that's showing the changes taking place on the planet, the solar wind, the magnetopause, right? All these, etc. All these instruments. that's showing like magnetic field lines, right? That's showing all the energy that's coming on the backside of the planet, right? All of that energy, and that's showing stuff that they have no answers to, right? Because the only answer to it is just around genetics and really what's happening around everybody's anatomy, for the better or the worse right now, depending on what makes you up as an organism, right? They trying to shy away from any of that shit, right? So as they're trying to shy away from it, this is happening. This is happening, y'all. Because this is happening, and they can't run from that shit. You can't run from the sun, you know? You can run from people speaking about it, but that anatomy, hey, that shit is happening at a fast rate. And I have no control over this. Even though I'm the son in the flesh and I'm organic, if I wanted to stop this shit for all white people that I know, fuck with or whatever, I couldn't stop it. Anybody with animal DNA, I can't stop it, y'all. I can't do nothing about it. But I'm fully aware of what's taking place and why everybody's acting like how they acting, you know? Whether people are aware of it or not. And it's a beautiful time for our species. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day, Goddess. Peace, power, abundance to you, being the mother of all life. I'm grateful to have the genetics right under you. You're the most powerful being on the planet. Enjoy your day. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the mother of all life right there. Y'all better know it. The black woman, you know? Y'all better know it. And this is the thing. This system didn't show no love to my mother of all life. You get what I'm saying? Y'all didn't show no respect to her. Y'all straight disrespected her, and y'all disrespected her creations and her offspring. And that's why Mother Nature is turning up right now. You know? Y'all turned y'all backs so much on us as organic people while abusing us that y'all thought that y'all abuse was love. You know? Y'all thought y'all abuse was love. To your point that even y'all abuse, y'all becoming unaware of what it is, that y'all even took it as disrespect without us looking at each other how y'all made us look at each other. You know? To your point that y'all lied so much, to your point that when I see my brother and my sister and I recognize them for who they are, anybody that's not us, they feel offended. You know, they feel offended. They feel as if like I'm trying to purposely disrespect them, you know, because I'm loving on my brother and sister. You know, that's how bad that y'all done us. So yes, my every last day, or whenever I feel a thought in my mind to come on here and speak about the state that we're living in, the docile state that we're living in, I'm going to speak about it every single time, y'all, as we get closer. And guess what? Think about it like this. And I'm not trying to say this as a threat, but I'm just telling y'all the reality. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. The more y'all hear me or anybody talk about this type of stuff, right? As we get, as the radiation increases, as that ozone layer peels back, whether you're aware of these instruments or not, because trust me, they not going to want to, if they stopped it now and they cut off them instruments that's showing what's what, I'm telling you, they're not coming back on because they know what it's showing. That's the whole point of why they cut it off to start with, right? So that's just not coming back on as changes take place more on a planet that they're not conducive to. They're not turning that shit back on, y'all. Just be prepared for that. That's happening. They're going to do more of this than what you hear right now. They're going to try to go crazy more with the sirens. They're going to try to cause crazy more wars. They're going to try to talk about any and everything the more that they can to keep you distracted that everybody's anatomy is changing for the better or the worse. That's the main thing that they're going to be doing, y'all. As this shit closes out. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing they're going to be doing. So I'm about to tap in with y'all. I'm about to get in nature. And yeah, no, I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a little bit though. Hold up, let me go in the store and I'm gonna tap back in with y'all.